The Franciscan presence in the Holy Land traces its roots to the chapter of the Mats in 1217, when Francis of Assisi gathered the friars at the Porziuncola and established the first provinces of the order, including the province of the Overseas, later known as the province of Greater Syria. After Jerusalem fell to Saladin in 1187, the Crusaders withdrew along the coastal strip of Palestine, establishing their new capital in the city of St. John of Acre. It was in this context that the first Friars Minor entered the Holy Land, marking the beginning of their presence and mission in the region. Interestingly, when the province of the Overseas was founded in 1217, Francis of Assisi appointed as its first provincial minister Brother Elias of Cortona, a key figure in the first generation of Franciscans who would later oversee the construction of the Basilica of St. Francis in Assisi, where the saint's remains are still kept today. Brother Elias was thus the first to lead the institutional presence of the Friars Minor in the Holy Land, accompanied by fellow friars sent to continue the evangelizing mission on the holy places. It was during the Fifth Crusade that St. Francis of Assisi made his only journey to the Holy Land, travelling in 1219 to Damietta, Egypt. There he famously met with Sultan al-Malik al-Kamel, an event of great historical and symbolic importance, reflecting the spirit of peaceful dialogue that has characterized the Franciscan mission from its very beginnings. Historically, we have no reliable documentary evidence confirming that St. Francis visited cities like Jerusalem or Bethlehem. However, it is widely acknowledged that in 1219 he landed at the Pisan port in St. John of Acre. In the city of Acre, then capital of the Second Crusader Kingdom, the major Italian maritime republics had established their own churches, clergy, and autonomous ecclesiastical structures. In this complex setting, the Friars Minor faced significant difficulties being accepted, initially encountering resistance from both local clergy and the Crusaders. To support their mission, Pope Gregory IX intervened on February 1, 1230, issuing the bull Si Ordinis Fratrum Minorum to the Latin patriarchs of the East, urging them to receive the friars favorably and thereby formally recognizing their rights to operate in the territories of the Overseas.
Una delle prime attività fatte dai frati proprio nella città di Acri era fondato sulla predicazione.
One of the first activities undertaken by the Friars Minor in the city of St. John of Acre was the preaching of the gospel to non-Christians, particularly to Muslims. Under the legal framework of the Latin Kingdom of Jerusalem, a set of customary laws known as consuetudines terrae governed various aspects of social, economic and legal life. Among these was a significant rule. Muslim slaves who freely chose to convert to Christianity were automatically granted freedom. This created problems for Crusader lords who had a clear interest in maintaining their servile labor force.
Quindi evidentemente questo ai crociati non conveniva. Non conveniva perché sarebbero rimasti senza servi.
After the return to Italy of Brother Elias and his successor, Brother Luca, the leadership of the province of the Overseas was entrusted to a significant, though now lesser-known, figure, Blessed Brother Benedetto Sinigardi of Arezzo. His work was crucial in spreading the Franciscan order throughout the Crusader-held territories and into areas of the Byzantine Empire under Latin control. Benedetto played a vital role in organizing and consolidating the Franciscan presence in the Holy Land in a complex and unstable context. But with the fall of the Second Latin Kingdom in 1291 and the capture of St. John of Acre by the first of two Mamluk dynasties, the Friars Minor were also forced to leave the city. Alongside other Christian exiles, they took refuge on the island of Cyprus, then the nearest and safest stronghold of Christendom. The province of the Overseas relocated there, and the friars continued their mission for years, always longing to return and re-establish a stable presence in the Holy Land.
E questa possibilità sorgerà effettivamente con il re.
A real opportunity for the Friars Minor to return permanently to the Holy Land arose through the diplomatic efforts of James II of Aragon, a ruler deeply concerned with religious and Eastern affairs and the father of Sancia of Majorca. As part of his foreign policy, James II promoted numerous diplomatic missions to the Mamluk Sultan of Egypt. In one of these 6 embassies, the king explicitly requested that the Friars Minor be granted permission to settle permanently within the complex of the Holy Sepulchre.
Ai frati la possibilità di stabilirsi all'interno del Santo Sepolcro.
A further key development came in the following years through the diplomatic efforts of Sancia of Majorca, daughter of James II. She obtained from Sultan al-Nasir Muhammad the purchase of the cenacle complex in Jerusalem. At the same time, she requested from Pope Clement VI the official entrustment of the site's care to the Friars Minor, thus laying the institutional foundations of what would become the custody of the Holy Land.
E quindi sarà grazie all'intercessione di Sancia di Maiorca che il Papa,
thanks to the decisive intercession of Sancia of Majorca, daughter of James II of Aragon and a fervent supporter of the Order of Friars Minor, a major turning point was reached in the institutionalization of the Franciscan presence in the holy places. In response to her persistent appeals, Pope Clement VI issued 2 papal bulls on November 21st, 1342, Nuper Carissime and Gratiam Agimus, both aimed at formally defining and regulating the mission of the Friars Minor in the Holy Land. These 2 documents, issued simultaneously, constitute the juridical founding act of the custody of the Holy Land. They officially entrusted the Franciscans with the care and liturgical service of the principal Christian holy places in the East. From that moment on, the Friars Minor have been recognized as the legitimate representatives of the Pope in the holy places and the institutional custodians of the Christian sanctuaries, a mandate that continues to this day, despite the many political, religious and cultural changes over the centuries.